Hi guys, thanks for joining us. I'm here with the MotoBag. Looks like a suitcase with wheels on it. Pretty ordinary, right? But it actually has a little motor, right? See this? It can go forwards, take you anywhere you want to go. I've got Tim here. Tim is the head of marketing for MotoBag, and he's going to kind of tell you a little bit more about it while I just, in general, joyride for a little while. So Tim, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Great.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of questions. So.
Great, thanks David. So MotoBag, we're out to change the way the world travels with MotoBag. And we got up the idea from one of the founders, Kevin, who was walking through the airport with a group of kids who were climbing on his bags, climbing on his back, and he thought, gosh, wouldn't it be easy if I could motorize luggage? So he got together with one of his college buddies, and the idea of MotoBag was born. So MotoBag is designed to get you from point A to point B 3 times faster than the average walking speed. It's great for the savvy traveler, the on-the-go business professional, college students on large college campuses, and just even urban day trippers. And it combines the functionality of luggage with the innovation of portable transportability. So it's really, kind of a new concept in luggage. It takes it to a whole new level.
So I think that a question that a lot of people would want to know the answer to is how much space is left in the bag after you have the motor and everything inside of it.
So great question. So it's a carry-on. It's a carry-on piece of luggage. It holds 85% of the stowage space that you'll find in a typical carry-on suitcase. So it is not what you would go on a trip around the world on or with. But it certainly is, intended for any weekend, overnight, an urban day trip. There's a lot of space in its stowage compartment, and not just your personal items, your shoes and your clothes, but the bag includes space for your smart devices, your laptop computer, your tablet, your phone. There's 2 USB ports on the MotoBag, so you're never caught without not having a place to charge your electronic devices. It's about 19 pounds empty.
95%.
Then you just put all of your components in the stowage capacity.
Oh yeah, if you want to show off the...
Yeah, so see here, this is just like a typical suitcase, right? So this is actually used for a trip today, and it's got room. There's room for much more in here than what's already there. So 85% of your stowage space from the typical carry-on is maintained in MotoBag, and yet it's adding in just that other 15% of space. It's adding all the other component parts: the steering column, the electrical outlets, obviously the battery-powered motor. So it is TSA and FAA compliant. So rather than just build a product and hope that it would meet the demands of TSA and FAA, we actually engaged them and got their input early in the process to make sure that it is it is compliant. It has been around the U.S. multiple times at various airports here in New York, at LaGuardia and JFK, Newark, Chicago, our home base, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. We were in Heathrow, London Heathrow, about a week ago, in Stockholm, Sweden. So we have not had any problems traveling with the MotoBag thus far.
I think a lot of people would definitely want to know how fast it can go.
Yeah.
And you mentioned to me that it's got an inside top speed and an out.
So it does. There's 2 speeds. There's 2 settings on the MotoBag. There's an indoor and outdoor setting. The indoor setting maxes out at about 6 miles per hour. The outdoor setting maxes out at 8 miles per hour. Obviously, you don't have to be going full throttle the whole time. It's up to the environment that you find yourself in, whether it is a crowded airport terminal or an open park. Last Friday, a group of us took our MotoBags out to Central Park and had an urban day trip of about 4 hours, which was great. Just cruising through Central Park amidst the carriages and the rickshaws and the bicyclists and the runners. It was great fun last weekend in Central Park.
Awesome. Why don't we get David over here and you can show us kind of how we set it up and how we take it.
Yeah, let's do it. That'd be great.
Hey, David.
David, swing over here. We'll show you the ease with which you can get going. I should mention, so it's powered by a lithium battery that is really the safest and most advanced lithium-style battery for consumer use. It meets all requirements by the UN travel authorities. The lithium battery that is in this, it's called a nanocrystal technology. It's the same type of a technology that's used by Porsche in their Mission E series. So anyway, MotoBag, it's it's in its ride position now, and you can easily tear it down. We'll tear it down, and then we'll build it back up. So here's MotoBag. Looks almost like any other typical piece of luggage. You can carry it behind, just like the wheelies, or when the mood strikes you, you can put that away. You flip out the foot pegs, pull up the steering column, lock it in place, turn it on, and away you go.
Going much faster. He's much more experienced than I am.
Much more experienced.
It really is that easy. I mean, and it's again,
that was just a couple seconds.
It stows just as easily as it sets up, just like that, and away you go. So we're changing the way the world travels with MotoBag. It's the most exciting thing to happen to luggage, we think, since the wheelies were introduced in the 1970s.
No, it certainly is.
So we were kind of talking about this a little bit earlier, but like the different iterations that you guys have gone through when you're creating this, because I know you probably just didn't wake up one day and suddenly have this in your head.
It were only that easy, right? So it has gone through several different revolutions, I should say, and prototypes. This is one of the couple of prototypes we presently have going. We have a variety of different wheels that we've been testing out. They're all branded, you'll see there as well, just to absorb the various surfaces that your MotoBag might come in contact with. And we have been adding, custom colors to the MotoBag. Okay. There's also a feature, there's a global tracking device that can be an add-on feature to your MotoBag, so you can track the bag globally wherever you are. Even if your MotoBag isn't with you, you might get your destination, but your MotoBag is lost. With the trackable device, you'll actually know where it is lost. You have to check it.
Ben, come here. I kind of want to just, because I know you were talking about some of the features on the dashboard a little bit earlier. There's two buttons, which...
Well, the one that illuminates the display, really, right? So, there you have it on the off position.
Okay.
Here we're on. That illuminates the display panel. Again, so it's it's.
So you can kind of save battery by turning it off.
You can save a little bit of battery that way. Here's the two USB ports, and then this is just it looks like any other charger like you would have for a personal computer.
Right.
You just plug into the wall. The battery will last for a range of up to 8 miles, and then when the battery is at low charge, you can just plug it into the wall, and within 15 minutes you're back to 85% of your full charge, and it's charged completely within about 45 minutes.
Oh, and then another thing is this is indoor and outdoor, not on and off like you would normally do. So we have it on the indoor setting, even though we're outside, just to be conservative, I guess, with the speed, so we don't crash, because I'm not super experienced with this thing.
Yeah.
But
we have a Facebook user who wants to know how heavy it is.
Heavy, good question. So the MotoBag is checks in without contents at just around 18 and a half pounds. So you've got still for checking purposes. You've got a good you go up to the threshold of 50 pounds. But it really is once you put your personal belongings in it, it is no heavier really than your typical carry-on might be. It all depends on how heavy the items are that you put in it.
Gotcha.
But that's a good question.
A very good question. I mean, I was pulling it around before, and it feels like
Yeah, right. It fits in the overhead bins. I mean, it's designed and it's patent design. It fits nicely into the overhead bins, and if you have those little things at the gate when you go on a flight to make sure that your luggage fits into.
The parameters.
It fits snugly and perfectly right into that.
We have another question. What is the weight limit for this thing?
Well, so there is no weight limit really, other than what you'd have with your typical piece of luggage. If you were, if you carry it on, it can be presumably as heavy as you want it to be, or if an individual airline has any weight requirements. If you check it and it's over 50 pounds, you'll be subject to whatever additional fees various airlines have.
And its dimensions.
The dimensions, again, of our standard, the same as a standard piece of carry-on luggage. I think it's like 22 by 14 by 9.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does it come in any different sizes, or is it sort of one
just
size
one size for now.
For now?
Yeah, for now. We'll get this one to market and see how it goes.
So one size, standard TSA dimensions for a carry-on.
Correct.
Have you guys, so how have you been fundraising for this?
Another good question. So we're currently on Indiegogo, which is, it's a site that's kind of redefining entrepreneurship, just like we think we're redefining the way people are traveling. So it's great to partner with Indiegogo. We went out on a quick hit campaign with them last week to raise just $50,000 was our goal, and we met that goal within 36 hours of going live, and now we're at over 400, and I think 61% over our goal. We've raised, I think, in excess of about 268,000.
Amazing.
And in the process, we've got some just great consumer feedback as well, which has been, something that we're always looking at, is to get the input of people who experience it so we can make it better.
I think that this is a great product,
Yeah.
certainly for people who absolutely dread going to the airport.
Yes.
I know I do,
Right.
especially when I go with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but again, we talked about earlier, so it's certainly for, going to the airport, but it's also great if you if you attend a lot of trade shows. So if you are at the Javits Center at a big trade show, or you're in Las Vegas at a huge convention center, the MotoBag is a great way to get around a big cavernous area. If you are in a big office complex, it's a great way to get around the office as well. We had one individual test drive it recently as a mail delivery service within a large corporate setting. They put the mail in the stowage compartment and went around to the various departments and delivered the mail.
Oh yeah, I can see how that would save time for sure.
They did that.
Awesome. Very, very cool. We have another person who wants to know what is the weight limit for someone who could ride one of these?
Another great question. So the models we have will accommodate an individual up to 260 pounds.
That's pretty considerable.
And that's what we have set for our recommended weight limit.
Gotcha.
Okay. I mean, you could conceivably go over that a little bit, but 260 is what we set.
Right. Do you think later models might be able to?
Possibly. I mean, we'll continue to take the input from consumers just to see really, what the demand is and what the input is, and if there's a way for us to make, MotoBag bigger, better, badder, we certainly will do everything we can to do that. What do you think, David?
I love it.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was thinking about switching to the outdoor mode, if I may.
Yeah, this surface that is rough.
Oh, okay.
Because this surface is a little rough for it, right?
Yeah.
But
I was every now and then having.
and you'll find, 8 miles an hour is faster than we think it is, actually,
Yeah.
right? It might not sound real fast, but it is, actually.
Yeah, you can move on this thing.
About how
Yeah.
fast most people run, I think, right? Something around 8 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a runner. I don't know if I run 8 miles an hour.
No?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This reminded me kind of. I know it's not a hoverboard, and I know hoverboards are banned on flights.
Right.
This is not.
Right.
So I mean,
So that gets back to the lithium battery technology that we talked about earlier. I mean, this is it is well below the mandated requirements by the UN travel authorities for any type of a lithium battery device. So it far exceeds any requirements that might exist for that. And you know, it is not a scooter. It is, you know, not a hoverboard. It's not a skateboard. It really is it's a personal mobility. You know, it's almost like a micro vehicle in many ways, right? So.
No, it's a real class. I mean,
and you know, the key at the end of the day is to know that it's also functional. It is a hell of a lot of fun. There's no question about it to be riding it. But you know, the great thing about MotoBag is that it combines function and fun. I think, and that's what makes this a great product. We think.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. No, and for more information, you know, you can check out MotoBag.com. That's plenty of information about MotoBag, and you can also link over to our Indiegogo campaign at MotoBag.com as well. So. Well, and thanks so much, you guys, for giving it a whirl today. I greatly appreciate it. Okay.
Thank you, Tim.
Once again, guys, this is the MotoBag. That wraps up our shoot. I think I'm going to just ride off into the sunset, and I'll see you guys later.